the conventional method of measuring economic progress is GDP, through GDP. But measuring happiness is a little bit subjective, but we are still trying. We have 4 pillars of GNH, the gross national happiness. Well, the 4 pillars of gross national happiness is economic development, good governance, environmental conservation, promotion and preservation of culture. Well, I mean, happiness, I can say, is the absence of suffering. You know, when you are not suffering, whether you are mentally or physically suffering, then you are happy. And then, of course, we try to measure the happiness through some of the indicators that we have developed. For example, time you spend, the leisure time you spend, time you spend with your family, the time you spend in, attending to religious festivals, community activities, the interaction with your children, the society, other than just working, Of course, work is important, but what we are saying is just don't work like robots all the time. Yes, the economic growth must be there because to be happy, you also need to satisfy your physical needs. But what we are trying to do is find a balance between economic growth and other factors of life. So, because if you focus only on economic growth and forget all other factors, then it is proven that it does not really make a person happy. The wealth alone doesn't make a person happy. We are now educating for gross national happiness. Some of the elements of that policy is that children must also now learn to balance between different factors of life. And also, I think they spend about 10 to 15 minutes every morning before they go into the classroom meditating. And they try teaching them on how to meditate and remove stress. With the workers, we tell them that they have to find a balance between work and family life. Recently, we have tried to establish creche at the workplace so that the young mothers can have their children nearby and go and breastfeed them every 2 hours or 3 hours, and then they don't have to worry about their children at home. The Western world who came up with the concept of GDP as a measurement of success. Well, I think now they are beginning to learn that GDP alone is not enough for the individual persons and the society to be successful. And therefore now, I think more than the Eastern world, the Western world are now trying to find out what really is gross national happiness and how they can adopt this policy into their own policies. If GDP alone was good for society and good for life, rich people should be the happiest people in the world. But it has proven that rich people also, suffer from depression, loneliness. I think that can be replicated everywhere. I think, the model of gross national happiness, I think, is universal. It can be replicated anywhere, I think. It's a very common sense, If you have a good natural environment and people will be healthier, there will be less pollution because the greenery is supposed to absorb carbon. So and then the population will be healthier, and if they are healthier, they will be happier. If they are happier, they will be more productive. And so if the population is, because of the pollution and environment not being there, the people become sick. Government has to spend a lot of money on the health services. So from that point of view, it is only practical. Should be only practical to have a good natural environment.